Here the physical properties of ammonia are mentioned. You just go through it. These are not generally asked. Only the odor you can remember. It's pungent and choking odor. Pungent and choking odor of ammonia. Then this fountain experiment for ammonia. While teaching HCl, I told you that this fountain experiment, if you remember for HCl, when you will reverse it, you will get it for ammonia. So I'll compare it and show here itself. Okay, here. In the case of HCl, this is from HCl chapter I have taken. Okay. In the case of HCl, this round bottom flask tube is filled with HCl gas. Here, blue litmus solution is taken. In the case of ammonia, here ammonia gas is filled. Okay. And here red litmus solution is taken. So you have studied in acidic conditions, the blue litmus changes into red color. So what will happen when from this dropper a few drops of water are dropped out or they are oozed out? This gas, HCl gas, will start dissolving in that water, and as soon as that gas dissolves in the water, a low pressure area will be created. Here a low pressure area will be created, and here a high pressure area will be there because atmospheric pressure is being exerted over it. So anything will move from high pressure to low pressure. So this litmus solution will move. This is high pressure area. Okay. So this litmus solution will move from high pressure to low pressure through this Thistle funnel. Then because here the condition is acidic, in spite of blue color, what it will show? Red color. Now same things we have to do in ammonia, but the only change it will be, since ammonia is basic, so the red litmus will come and it will change into blue fountain. It will change into blue color because in the basic conditions, in the acidic conditions it will be changing from blue to red, and in basic conditions it will change from red to blue. So the fountain obtained in case of ammonia is of blue color, and the fountain obtained in case of acidic things like HCl, it is red in color. So you just go through it. Many questions are asked related to this itself. Then here, chemical properties of ammonia. Okay. So earlier we have dealt with such related properties of HCl also. First one is thermal dissociation. Thermal dissociation means you will apply heat and you will dissociate it. So when ammonia is dissociated, it will produce N2 and H2. Then basic properties. When you will draw the structure of ammonia, in the chemistry basics I have told you, nitrogen is pentavalent. Nitrogen is having 5 electrons in its valence shell. So if it shares 3 electrons with 3 hydrogen atoms, okay, these, if it shares 3 electrons with 3 hydrogen atoms, what will now happen? This pair of electron is free and it is lone, so this is known as lone pair. And since ammonia is rich in lone pair, it can easily give away its electron. If it is having electron, then it can easily give it away. So this will be Lewis base. Lewis bases are donors of lone pair of electrons. Clear? So this will donate the electrons. So this is the basic property. Ammonia is a Lewis base. It is because of this lone pair of electrons. Furthermore, when we combine ammonia with water, what it will give? It will give us NH4OH. And when you will dissociate it, what you will get? Ammonium ion plus hydroxyl ion. Anything which when releases hydroxyl ion, that means it is basic in nature. This all you will study in 3rd chapter later, but for now you remember, if hydroxyl ion is present in something, it means it is showing basic nature. Why it showed basic nature? Because ammonia had combined with water.